For some reason, since I moved to Finland, I feel the need of buying plants and more plants. And yesterday it was raining and I was feeling like nostalgic, you know, this rainy feeling when you are looking through the window like... So I ended up buying this new plant. And then I started joining the dots like, okay, there's a reason why when I'm going through some moment of my life that I don't know what's going on, I buy a new plant. And I think that for the first time in my life, I have questions, but I might have also an answer. So I'm going to put her in a new house while I tell you what I've been thinking lately. That is not little, it's like a lot, but I'm gonna share it with you. Welcome to my terrace. It's the only place of my house that I can only use when the weather is kind of nice, like now. Ay, Dios mío. So now that the good weather is almost here, I'm going to put this a little bit more terrace mood, not so winter mood. Well, what I've been thinking a lot of things, but yesterday it was raining. So I was looking through the window thinking, I've been almost 4 years in Finland. So almost 4 winters and almost 4 summers. Like 4 winters and almost 4 summers, because this is not summer. And I was reflecting, okay, I've never seen one summer that is similar to the previous one. And I've never seen a winter that is similar to the previous one. Like everything is different. Like for example, my first winter was super cold, like minus 32 degrees. But this winter was like almost no snow, not so much cold, kind of weird. And for example, last year, after the full winter that we had, the summer was like super warm. And this year, I don't understand what is going on, but anyway, I have the hope that it's coming at some point. So the thing is that I started making a bit of introspection, like this is not only about the weather, but also about me. Like the 4 years that I've been here, there's no year similar to the previous one. Let's say that I've had like a lot of different life stages in these 4 years. I've been employed by a company that was literally exploiting me. Then I tried to open my own business, then I quit, then I was unemployed, and now I'm working. So now that I'm having more or less a bit of a routine, a stable life, it's when everything crashed out. So basically I've been 3 out of 4 years jumping from one experience to another with no time for me, no time to reflect, and no time to assume that the life that I used to have is no longer my life. When you move abroad, that means that doesn't mean that you have to give up on your previous life, but the old life has to go so that you can start a new life. This is called novelty effect. I've been reading about it, and that means that when everything is new, we are jumping from one thing to another, all new, the language, the country, the experiences, the job, the whatever. So we are having a constant effect of dopamine. And then when that dopamine stays, like it is my case now that I'm working in a stable routine, now I have the time to crash against my routine and realizing, okay, this was not used to be my life, but this is my life now. You know what I mean? Like, bam, choque de realidad. And well, let's say that this experience that I've been having lately is also motivated because a couple weeks ago, a member of my family passed away, and that grief that you have to carry with yourself when someone goes, it's also applicable, or we can also apply it to our own life. Because at the end, if you are moving abroad, you have to have this kind of migratory grief. I've decided to call it like that. And I didn't give myself the time to have this grief about my migration process. Ole. And in my case, what happened is that the situations that I was going through were so extreme that I had no time to just decide what is the life that I want to have in the new country that I'm living in. So I was just in survival mode, not deciding for me, but just letting myself go with the life, but not flowing, just I was being pushed. So what I've realized is two things. First of all, that I was going from one place to another, from one job to another, from one situation to another, and I didn't have time to assume that everything was changing so fast around me. So I didn't have this grief. And second, when I've had the time to give it to myself, I've crashed against my own routine. And since I didn't have the time to process all the changes, now all those novelties and things and everything was too big in my head that I was feeling triggered by my own reality. And what I was feeling is that automatically my brain was trying to run away because I was feeling in discomfort, like out of my comfort zone. Like, why am I feeling that nothing is in place? Now everything's new. And then it's super easy in this time to start wondering with yourself, am I in the right place? Is this what I want for me? Am I really happy? What if I'm wrong? What if I'm mistaken and I'm wasting my time in another country, learning another language, putting myself in situations that are not for me? And more doubts related to your home country, like, what if I had stayed in my home country, everything would be easier, I could have a house, and you know, those comparisons that I think that when you are living abroad, it's super easy to compare yourself to your friends or to your family when they are living there, like the kind of life that they are having there. It was happening to me, like I was seeing all my friends getting married and buying homes, and me, I was here learning a super complicated language, just starting to work after being unemployed for 1 year, and I was like feeling super behind. Like, why? Why have I chosen the wrong path? And what actually is happening here is that we haven't given to ourselves the time to process the migratory grief, accepting that our new lives will cost us the old ones. And I know this sounds like super easy to say and super complicated to live. Believe me, I'm going through it. So it's like you have to let go your old life. And usually, I don't want to say always, but almost always, letting go, it's super painful. But if there's something that I've discovered is that not living the life that you want just because of the fears or the doubts, or because you are comparing yourself to other people's life, that is really scary, like even more scary. Because in the first place, you are not giving up on your previous life. You are just accepting that you have decided to look for yourself and look for new opportunities in a new place. And second, it doesn't mean that just because it is complicated, it's not going to come. It would mean that if you don't fight for your dreams, you are giving up on the possible life that you might have. If there's some gardener in here looking at me, how I'm doing this, please don't judge me. I only have plants, but not the knowledge. I have plants and a lot of love to give them. That's all I have. I think this looks good. So for me, what is really painful is living with the doubt of what would happen if I try a bit harder, or what would happen if I give myself that second chance that I give to people that they don't deserve it. Why don't I give it to myself? Because what I felt like 3-4 months ago on February, I was like this close of going back to Spain, to my home country, because my situation here was like so uncertain. So I was feeling like this is not my place. And the truth is that it was my brain telling me, run away to your comfort zone again. And then I thought, what I've built here, I don't have an empire, or I don't have anything. I don't have anything. I just have a normal job and dreams. But what I've built here about my self-confidence, if I give up to that thing, I would feel like I'm betraying myself. And I'm telling you this from a point of my life that still I don't know what I'm doing. I don't have all the answers, and I don't have any kind of idea or of where I want to be, where I want to go, where and when. I have no idea. But what I know is that I have something that is telling me, keep pushing, you have dreams to fight for. And I'm scared every day of looking back to the past and having taken the wrong decision. And I'm scared of looking to the future and it doesn't look like what I'm imagining at this point. And sometimes it feels alone and it feels like I don't have a place in here. And that's why I'm starting this new series, let's call it like that is called Expat Diaries, where I will just share my vulnerabilities, my questions, my fears, my doubts, but also the good things, because moving abroad also means a lot of good things. So in the meantime that I discover what I want to do or what I don't want to do, I will tell you that in every new step that I've given in my life, I've bought a new plant. It's like a subconscious way that I had to let myself know, look, if there's life out there growing, we can grow together. So every plant for me, unconsciously I didn't know that I was buying the plants for that, but now it's like every time that I've started a new thing, I bought a new plant. So I could see how the plant was growing with myself. Yeah, these kind of reflections I have while it's raining. Now it's not, it's kind of nice. But well, we have now this new plant here, and I'm gonna show you a new thing. And I think that I have never spoken about this story in social media, but I want to share it with you. About this plant I have spoken, but not the story behind it. When I bought this plant, it was March last year, and it was a beautiful plant. Look at her right now. She was not here like 1 month ago. She was not like this. So when I bought the plant, it was gorgeous and flowers, white flowers. I don't even know what plant this is, but it was gorgeous. I fell in love in the very first moment that I saw it. And suddenly it died, like maybe 1 month after I bought it, it died. And I was like, no, this is not possible. This was really beautiful and really full of life. Where is my plant now? I haven't bought this. So I felt something and I was like, okay, you know what? This is not the end of this plant. I'm gonna take care of you, and I have the faith that at some point it will bloom again. I've been 1 year watering this piece of soil. Like there was not planting here, there was a piece of soil, but I've been watering it little by little, day by day, not every day, but week by week. And one day, like 1 month ago, I saw like this tiny root, like just this tiny. Now it's bigger, and I swear I almost cried. So this story I have told in social media. What I haven't told is that 2 years ago, while I was unemployed, I was feeling the same way, more or less, than what I'm feeling now. And I had a diary that for some reason I rediscovered my diary 1 day before I saw the plant. So I started reading all my diary of 9 months that I was trying to run a business, and then I was unemployed. And so 9 months writing a diary day by day. And one of the last entries that I read, it said something like, I feel that everything is dead around me right now, but I know that as soon as the spring will come, I will be the first flower to flourish, to bloom. And then this happened. So I took it as a sign. Call me mystical, call me witch, you can tell me whatever. I believe in energy, so I believe in these things. And I was like, okay, maybe this is a sign that just because I was feeling that this was not over, and I kept watering this plant, it grew. It came to life again. So why don't I do the same with me? If I'm just feeling the same, that I feel that I'm having something to do, something to dream, something to fight for here. Why don't I keep watering myself? That's another con. Por favor. So I just wanted to really share this piece of information because I think that it's really useful, especially when you are going through a moment that you feel with no direction. And well, I'm talking about living abroad because it's my current situation right now. But this, I think, and I feel, and I know that also applies for any kind of new beginning that you are having. Because at first, it's not easy to see results. It's not like this, it's not fast, it's not immediate, like no. You have to keep watering your plants. And I have here another example. This one was dead also. It was this died. And I knew that this will come better than never before. And it came. So that's why I like to buy plants, I think, because I like to see that even if you don't see the flower, the roots are taking energy and water, and at some point that flower will come to life again. So this was a little bit my reflection from a person who is feeling at this moment out of place, out of order, out of stock. And I just wanted to share this because for sure I'm not the only one feeling like this. So I just want to tell you, whoever you are, wherever you are from, wherever you are watching this, that I hope that at least it gives you some kind of energy to keep watering yourself and your plants. Know that if you are feeling with no place or no direction, let this be your place. And that's it. I still don't know what I'm doing with my life, but I have a new plant, and I hope that maybe in 6 months or 1 year, I can show you how big this is, and I can tell you how big all the changes in my life are. Because if there's something that I want to tell is that I will never give up. Even if I don't know what I'm doing, keep pushing. And one thing that I've also embraced inside myself, a lot of people write me on my other socials telling me like, you're super chaotic, but I love your chaos. And you know, I have accepted that I'm super chaotic, and now I think I define myself as a chaos factory. And also yesterday that I was overthinking like a motherfucking lot, I came to this thought. The Big Bang was also chaotic, but it was the beginning of everything. I'm not saying that I'm the beginning of everything, but who knows? Only when you are lost, you can find a new path, a new street, a new life, a new opportunity, a new person. You don't know. So keep watering yourself, keep watering your plants, and embrace the chaos. Ciao!